Hello, good morning. Am I audible?
Yeah, Akash, you're
Okay,
audible.
yeah, thank you.
Akash,
Yeah,
I have a question that are we going to get this recording?
yes, actually, let me show you. We are uploading all the recordings to the YouTube channel,
Oh,
and like you will be having an access to that. Hmm, check. So here is the recording of the previous session that we did on 29th March. Yes. So once this session is done, we will do like minor editing, where like we will remove this previous section like we are discussing now, and then we will be uploading the video to the YouTube channel over here.
okay, great, great.
And from where you have joined, like in which city you are living?
Yeah, in Ahmedabad.
Ahmedabad, yeah. We are planning like some in-person event also, but like for that we need some like at least 20 to 30 audience for that, because we need to rent some venue for that, and we need to make an arrangement for lunch, tea, all those things. So most probably like in near future, you will see us to hosting this in-person events also, so that you can interact with all the speakers over here. As of now, I'm the only speaker, but like I have invited some more people also to this community, so they will be also delivering the session on different topics. So if you are also interested, and like if you want to present yourself with your own topic, then also like we are good to welcome you. You can simply send me the topics, and then we can review, and we can allot like a slot for you also. And your and like you can also be a part of a speaker community over here.
Yes, yes.
And you are working in which technology, Jay?
Yeah, I'm a full stack developer.
Okay, like in .NET side, or like in SharePoint something.
Yeah, .NET and Munstack technologies.
Okay, yeah, that's good. Hey, good morning. So it's 10, so let's get started. And in between, like people will join, so they can catch from there. And if in between, like I get drop off, then allow me just 1 or 2 minutes. There might be a possibility of like electric power cut or Wi-Fi down. So if that happen, I will rejoin with my mobile device by mobile data. So if in case if I disconnect, just wait for 1 or 2 minutes, and then I will be back again. All right, so let's get started, and I'm sharing my screen now. And first of all, like thank you everyone for joining this event on weekend. And like this is a Saturday weekend. Mostly people like spend would I'd like to spend some time with family, but you are here and listening to us on this topic. So it's my duty to teach you about some very excited topic that might get helpful to you as of now in your current job role or in your future job role. All right. So let's get started with this. And this is the third event of the Surat Tech community. We conducted one in-person event on data flow. Then we had another event on introduction to Copilot 2 weeks before. And today we are going to understand about SharePoint agents. This is also a part of a Copilot, but it is something that is specific to SharePoint. It is like specific to SharePoint only, but like it has some kind of ways by which we can extend it. But today what we are going to do, we are discuss purely about SharePoint agent, and I will be open for any kind of questions that you have in between also. So if you have any question, you can directly unmute yourself and you can ask the question directly. And before starting with this, you guys are most welcome to deliver a session into this community, and we will arrange a session for you also if you want to like to speak. So if you like to speak, then just reach out to us. I will be sharing the contact detail at the end. Then you can reach out to us and with your topic, with your agenda and your time frame, and we will arrange that event for you. And all these events that we are conducting online will be recorded, and we will be getting the recording on the YouTube channel. Like we have a YouTube channel where I will be uploading this all these videos, whatever we are doing in the live event. Okay, so moving back to the screen, I have my bigger monitor on my front side, so most of the time my head will be in front of my monitor. So in video, you might see me looking not to the video, but at the different side. Okay, so today what we are going to see, we have agenda for that. Like we will be seeing like what is SharePoint agents, types of agent, and how you can get started. Like what kind of licensing you need, what kind of permission you need. That will be the goal. And then the more focus I will be doing on the demo part, because it is something like you, until and unless you are not seeing on action or not seeing on your screen, the text won't help you. So what I will try to switch between the theoretical and demo in between, so that whatever I'm speaking, you get a real idea. You can visualize how SharePoint agent is actually working in the real world scenario in SharePoint. And then we will have an FAQ. Like there are some question and answer that Microsoft by default suggests. Like these are the questions that you might have, but you don't always have on the top of your head. So what I have did, I have captured some FAQs related to the SharePoint agent, and I have added that into into today's event. And then we will be seeing some kind of case studies, like where SharePoint agent is actually playing an important role as of now in the companies. Like we have a lot of case studies. We have like 400 plus companies case studies, and like we cannot accommodate each and everything over here. But like we will try to capture basic case studies, like 3 to 4 topics where we can utilize the SharePoint agent into our day-to-day life. And then at the end, it is like my favorite section, question and answer. You might have any question regarding to the SharePoint agent or any other topic like SharePoint, or whatever you want to ask to me. You can, like we can discuss those things into our Q&A session. I'll try to keep this session in like wrap in 1 hour. But if in case if a question and answer exceeds, then we will be spending some additional time on that. Okay. So KYS, know your speaker, because it is very important thing. You should know like who is the person who is talking to you. Like if that person is eligible to give you this session, what kind of knowledge he has, what kind of experience he has or she has. So myself, Akash Maurya, and I'm an M365 consultant. I'm working in Microsoft 365. If I talk about Microsoft 365, it means I'm working in all the product of Microsoft, including SharePoint, even OneDrive, Teams, Azure, Copilot, AI, whatever comes under Microsoft. I am working in that technology since last 11 years. By specialty, like I have a specialty in SharePoint. I'm specialist in SharePoint and Power Platform, but I have done a lot of things also. But I'm specialist in SharePoint and Power Platform things. I'm an active speaker in various national and international events also. I'm frequent speaker in Pune Tech Community. I frequently travel to Pune, Ahmedabad, Baroda, even in Bangalore, wherever I found an opportunity to deliver my session, I travel there and I deliver my session. And even I travel to another city just to listen to those sessions, to attend the session. And I'm a blogger. I'm writing some articles around M365 product, like on SharePoint, on Power Apps, on C Sharp Corner. As of now, like I'm not writing it on my any personal blogs, but maybe in future I will be introducing my personal blog also. But as of now, I'm writing blogs on C Sharp Corner. I'm not active on that. Like you won't find a latest content from me on C Sharp Corner in recently, but I have done a lot of work in the past, and I'm willing to continue that in future. And this is the best line, like sharing is caring. So like whatever you know, if you are sharing, it is the caring. This is the line given by the developer, like Microsoft community developer. So if you go to the GitHub of Microsoft community developer, you will see this line frequently mentioned into their GitHub things. And here on the right hand side, I have some contact detail for me. Like you can contact me via email, via LinkedIn, via Twitter. I am more active on LinkedIn and email. Twitter is something like I'm very much less responsive on that. But email and LinkedIn is something like I'm very much active on that. And you will get an instant response if you have any question or you want to connect with me on email or LinkedIn. Okay, so by this, introduction is over. Now let's jump into the SharePoint agent thing. Okay, so introduction to SharePoint agent. Like a SharePoint agent, like if you remember, like as of now, you are opening any website. If I say any website, like if you're opening a banking website or even a product website, anything, what you will see an option on the bottom right corner or maybe middle of the screen on the right hand side. The option says chat with us. So chat with us. And whenever you are clicking on that, it will ask you for some information and you have to enter that information, and that chatbot, that is part of the chatbot, will respond to your query. So that's ultimately an agent. That's ultimately an agent for that specific site. Even if you are on a banking site, then it is a banking agent. Initially, if we recall, in like before 5 6 years, then we were calling that as a chatbots. Like those were the chatbots. We were having power virtual agents in SharePoint. We were developing AI bots using Azure and all other models or the development platform. But now those are called as agent. And in SharePoint, we will have that agent. We need to we can create that agent. But the only thing is like SharePoint is not a public site. I'm not sure like how many of you have interacted with the SharePoint or you know the SharePoint, but SharePoint is something that is always an internal, always for internal user. Like SharePoint is used by what I can say banking, all of the almost all the sectors. Even it is a banking, manufacturing, teaching, whatever they are having the platform, they are doing the job. They are using SharePoint, but SharePoint is limited to their internal users only. It is not the public facing website. It is SharePoint is not the public facing. SharePoint online, what I am talking about. So, but if we are having an organization, you have thousands of employees, hundreds of employees, then you will need some kind of, you need to provide some kind of support, some kind of information to your internal user. So for that, SharePoint agent comes in picture. If you recall, initially we always have a support desk into our company, into our organization. Whatever query you are facing, what you do, you write an email to the support desk. They will take time, they will get back to you. But now that thing is like eliminated by, I can say, 70 to 75%, because most of the things are answered by the chatbot, and those chatbots are created using Copilot, Microsoft Copilot. That is like AI for AI of Microsoft. Microsoft has acquired, not actually acquired, bought ChatGPT models, and they are utilizing ChatGPT, and they have created their own product as Microsoft Copilot. And SharePoint Agent is one of the small section of that Microsoft Copilot. If you want to learn more about Microsoft Copilot, we did that entire session of Microsoft Copilot I just told it before. The video is on the YouTube, and I have added that video link also into the comment of that meetup event. So I'll share that link after the session also. So if you need to learn more about the Copilot, then you can simply go and check out over there about Copilot. So now let's get started with the specifically with the SharePoint agents. SharePoint agents are AI helpers. Again, like as I mentioned, it is a co-pilot and it's an AI. So it is a AI that is helping us by understanding our languages. Like we don't have to type a programming code to like perform a task with the AI agent. We can simply write like give me today's task or give me some important information about that project. So what SharePoint agent or what AI bot will do, it will go through all the documents that you have in your SharePoint, and it will give you the answer in a generative way. Whenever I'm speaking about generative way, it means like you can question the AI in your language. It means like like you are communicating with your colleague. You can simply say, hello, ChatGPT, or sorry, hello, Copilot, hello there. Just give me what I have to do today. Give me what are the function area for this project, and it will start giving you the responses, a generative responses. It is not like it won't be copying and pasting the content from your document. This is the main thing that we need to understand. SharePoint agent or Copilot agent won't be copying your data from the Word document and displaying to you on the chatting screen. Rather, it will understand that document and it will give you the response as a generative way, like it is talking to you. So in that way, it will give you the responses. Like they are designed for a specific job, a topic, and give a clear, reliable answer to make a smart decision. Like if I'm having any project document, if my project team is updating the document, and if I need to know what they are doing, I can simply write a query. Like I can simply type the question to the SharePoint agent, and it will give me the answer. Like what's the status of the project, how much functionality has been completed, what's are in the pending, and what are its planned, all those thing information. Then every SharePoint site comes with an AI helper that's based on the content of the site. As I mentioned, SharePoint is a site, like it contains document, it contains data, but whenever we are creating any SharePoint site, it by default comes with an AI bot, like the AI bot, or I can say SharePoint agent. I won't be using the name AI bot because that is a SharePoint agent, and so today's topic is SharePoint agent. So I will be using the word SharePoint agent. Moreover, so whenever we are creating a SharePoint site, we will be having that SharePoint agent by default created for that specific site. Users can easily create and share their own custom helpers. Whenever I'm using the word custom helper, it means like if you are a user and if you have an appropriate license, if you have an appropriate permission, then you can create your own SharePoint agent. It is not like the one that is comes with the SharePoint, you have to use that. You can create your own SharePoint agent. This helps when in SharePoint we have like n number of documents. We have hundreds of documents, but we don't want to get data from just 100 documents. We just need the data from one or two or three documents or from a specific folder. Then in that case, what we will do, we will create our own custom SharePoint agent for that. So that's why it is mentioned like user can create their own SharePoint agent. And now, this is a very important thing over here. Like, yes, how many documents are added in SharePoint daily? This is a very interesting number. This number is given by Microsoft. Like all the SharePoint sites are managed on hosted on Microsoft server, and the result is like 2 billion documents users are uploading in SharePoint on daily basis. Like now you can imagine the size of the document that we are uploading on a SharePoint site. So now a SharePoint agent is that powerful, it can crawl all the documents that you are uploading to the SharePoint within a minute. Like if you are uploading a Word document into a document library of SharePoint or a PDF document in a SharePoint, and once it is uploaded, give just 15, 20, 30 seconds to that document upload process. And after that, you can start querying, like you can start asking the question with Microsoft on that document, and it will start generating the summary of the document. It will start resulting the content based on the uploaded document. So that is the power of the SharePoint agent, or I can say the Copilot, which is handling to more than like this is a 2 billion is only the documents that are uploaded on daily basis. So you can just imagine the number of documents that Microsoft has on its SharePoint server and how fast this SharePoint agent is crawling those and giving us the responses. Now let's understand types of SharePoint agent. Before creating that, we should know what are the type of SharePoint agent available to us. There are two types of SharePoint agent available with us. One is pre-built SharePoint agent, or we can say ready-made agents, and another is like custom SharePoint agents. and custom build. Pre-built SharePoint agent is something like whenever you are creating a site or site collection, it will automatically created by the Microsoft site provisioning. So once the site is created, you will start seeing that SharePoint agent in action. Another thing is that custom build that we discussed in the previous slide. User can create their own SharePoint agent. So whatever SharePoint agent I am creating, that will be a custom SharePoint agents. So just ready-made agents, I already discussed like whenever we are creating a new site collection or site, it already creates a SharePoint agent. So this agent doesn't require any kind of setup. Like we do not have to do anything. Everything will be handled by the Microsoft site provisioning engine. They are ready-made, all those things. And built-in agent don't have a separate file. This thing is something like whenever when we are seeing a demo, I will explain like what are the agent file. If you can see on the screen, we have dot agent file. So this is the file type that is being created whenever we are creating an agent. So if any agent is created by Microsoft provisioning engine, that won't be having this kind of file. Like we won't be able to access this file. And site visitors can chat with the agent to explore, understand the content, ask a specific question, or analyze the document. And here, site visitor. So, like if you are not aware about SharePoint, I would like to explain a very short, in very short term. SharePoint has a permission structure. It has owner, it has members, it has visitors. Owners, it means they have full access on the site. They can create, edit, delete whatever they want on SharePoint site. Then we comes to the members. Members can edit the content on the site, but they don't be having the admin level access. And then comes to the site visitors. Whatever users tag with the site visitors, they can only see the content. But SharePoint agent is something like site visitors can also access. They can also start using it if they have a proper licenses. So they can start using that SharePoint agent, even they have a view only access. Then we have custom SharePoint agent. So that's always a case like whatever comes with default, it is always a chance like we don't like that. We always don't like that. Sometimes we need some different branding, sometimes we need some different description, different name, all those things. So not happy with the default, no problem. What you can do is like you can create your own agent. But the catch, here the catch is if you have the site editing permission. Like I mentioned earlier, we have three type of permissions: owner, member, and visitor. Owner and members have the editing permission, but visitor doesn't have the editing permission. So if you are owner or if you are a member of a site, then and you have the license to create SharePoint agent, then you can create your own agent. Change what content it can access. You can assign any specific document that you wanted to uh, grant access or want to ask questions on. You can point out that SharePoint agent to those documents and adjust it how it talks and how it's behaves. For example, a sales manager at Contosa Camera can make a custom agent and they can include an info from their team side. Like if a sales manager is there, they have access on their sales side. So they what they can do, they can access the information from their team side, their research R&D thing, their 200 other product side, whatever they want, they can include those sites into their Copilot. Into the SharePoint agent. It is like we are providing a knowledge base, or we can say we are providing a data source to our SharePoint agent to just start crawling the data from there or start responding to the questions from that specific documents or the sites. What will be the result? A smart agent with more knowledge. Like if I go back to the previous slide, we discussed about pre-built agent. That pre-built agent works only with the specific site. Like the site collection that we have created, that will work only with that content only. But if we need to include content from multiple sites, then in that case, we have to create our own custom agents. Now, what do you need to experience the agents like SharePoint agent? If you have the Microsoft 365 Copilot license, then you can use the SharePoint agent without any additional charge. And SharePoint agent doesn't come as a standalone product. It is always integrated within a Microsoft 365 Copilot. So first of all, you need to have the M365 Copilot license, and then you will see that option to create or to use the SharePoint agents. And Microsoft 365 Copilot license will cost you $30 plus taxes per user per month. If you need to do like understand more about licensing, we have already discussed into our previous session. So if you have the Copilot license, then you can simply use the SharePoint agent. Or else, there is one another way of using the SharePoint agent. If your organization has a pay as you go model subscribe, we have a very important concept, pay as you go subscription model in Microsoft. We might have like we already had a subscription in most of the cloud computing era, but in Microsoft also we have pay as you go. So if you have that subscription into your organization and your organization assigns you that subscription, then you can create your SharePoint agent. But like that will depend, the costing will depend how you are using the SharePoint agent, what kind of document you are submitting to the SharePoint agent, on all those things. So we have that pay as you go service enabled. Then we can use it. Other prerequisite, like you got Copilot license, but that is not all. You need an edit permission on the SharePoint site or a SharePoint document library to create an agent. If you have an edit permission or owner permission on a SharePoint site, then you can create your SharePoint agent. So this was all the basics that we discussed about the SharePoint agent. Now what we are going to do, whatever we have discussed so far, we are going to see all those things in the action now. So it's demo time. Let me move to my SharePoint site. Okay, so if you guys are not aware about SharePoint, if maybe, so this is a SharePoint site which has like an header. We have this content area, then we have some document library. Like if I click on documents, I can see the folder structure, and in folder structure we have some documents. If I click on another library, that is SharePoint agent, I have some other documents available over here, like alcohol policy. In alcohol policy, I have added an alcohol policy document. In disciplinary folder, I have some disciplinary documents. And in SP agent, this is another document library where what we are doing, we are adding all the documents without folder. Like it has, if I click on that, it has 58 items on the on the parent level. And if we talk about SharePoint agent document library, we have 5 folders on the parent level, and then we are nesting our folders over here. So whenever I am creating a new site, we can see that Copilot icon over here. That is something SharePoint agent. And I am seeing this because I have the license. I have the license for Microsoft 365 Copilot. So I am seeing this thing. If I don't have a license to the Microsoft 365 Copilot, then in that case, it won't appear over here. So if I go to this site and let's say I'm opening, this is another tenant. This is not my tenant that in which I'm having. So if I click on this site, that is conference booking, and okay. So here we can see that I don't have that Copilot icon on the right hand side because I don't have a license to Copilot on this domain. On this domain, I don't have the license. But on this domain, I have the license. That's why I'm able to see the Copilot agent over here. So if I simply click on that, what it will do, it will open a chatbot. Like as I mentioned, it will open a SharePoint agent. So this is the SharePoint agent. What is the name of the SharePoint agent? it is the same as the name of the site. So the name of the site is Surat Tech Community. So the name of the SharePoint agent is Surat Tech Community. Now, what it is giving us? It is giving a welcome note. Then it is giving us some prompts, like some predefined prompts. So if I click on like create an FAQ based on this file, so if I click on that, so now what it will happen? Let's submit. Now it will create some basic FAQs based on the files that I have into my document library, into this site. So now, so it is creating an FAQ. Like, what is Surat Tech Community? I haven't added this prompt until now, but it is creating by itself. So what is Surat Tech Community? And it is giving us the answer by default, like it is a community group founded by co-founder, aims to bring together all this information. How you can join, how many members we have, like can students join the Surat Tech Community, whatever the content I have added into my site, it will create an FAQ based on that. This is something crawling from all the documents, whether it is in SharePoint agent document library, whether it is in the SP agent library, or it is in the document library. If I click over here, branding, if I click on this introduction to SharePoint Surat Tech Community, this is a Word document. Here I have added some basic information about my this Surat Tech community. So what it has done, it has got all the information from that document. I haven't pointed the document specifically, but it is crawling through that. So this is a default agent. Now, this is a SharePoint pre-built agent. Now the next question arises: how we can create our own custom agents? So for that, if you are on the document library, like any document library, you will see an option: create an sorry. We have that create an agent option over here. We can simply click on that. So now this is a very important thing to understand. If we are on a document library and if we are clicking create an agent over here, then what it will do, it will consider these three folders and all the contents from this folder as a data source for this agent. But if I'm selecting only specific folder and then I'm creating that agent, create an agent. This is the contextual menu, create an agent. Then in that case, it will create a SharePoint agent for me, but it will able to answer me the questions based on the content that is available into this specific folder. So first of all, let's create an agent on the entire document. So create an agent. This is the screen, and like it says your name agent, document agent. It is by default added the name as a document agent. This is the name of the library. This agent is based on these sources. Which sources? This document library. And now it can say you can use and share the document library agent. But now, if you directly want to open that agent, you can simply click on Open Agent. Now it will open that in your right-hand side pane. Now you can see that the name of the agent is like Document Agent. And now if I click like on how I can use these resources and I submit it. So now what it will do, it will start crawling these information from all these three folders and it will try to answer me the question based on my, let's see, like SharePoint agent. These are the content that I have already added into this document library. So it is giving us a content from these folders. And now if I want to ask any other question, like how many members are there in Surat Tech community? So now what it will do, it will go through this Surat Tech community folder into that Word document, and then it will give us the response. Like the Surat Tech community has currently 99 members. Like we are very much close to 100, but like we are having a 99 members as of now. Maybe by this month we will have like some good amount of members in the community. This is how the custom agent is working. It is not giving me any kind of document based on other folders like SharePoint agent, SP agent. It is not giving me the answers based on other folders. Why? Because we have created an agent on this specific document. Now, the next question arises. Can I change the document agent, a SharePoint agent name? Can I change this pre-built prompts? Yes, you can. How? Simply click on these three dots and you have an option, edit agents. Okay, so just click on edit agents over here. So we will have an option to rename this file. So I am adding Surat Tech Community Agents agent. You can change the image whatever we want, and this is the description. Whatever description we want to add it over here. We can add that. And then the another tab that we have is source. Currently, what it is doing, it is picking up the data from SharePoint site. Which SharePoint site? Surat Tech Community, which is a site here. You can see in the URL, Surat Tech Community. It is picking up the data from the Surat Tech Community. But if we want to include some more sites, as I mentioned earlier, like if we want to include some more content from another site also, then also we can do it. Like if I come over here and if I click on write branding, then I have another SharePoint site as a branding and promotion. I can simply click on that. So now it will add that site also into my this SharePoint agent. And it is asking me source from entire site. Like, do I need to crawl or do I need to get the data from the entire site or from a specific document library? I have an option, source from entire site or source from the document library. So if I click on the document library, it will ask me to select the document library for which I would like to grab the content for this agent. If I want to give the access to this logo and business card invoices, I can simply select this and I can create that. So it will start crawling the data from this branding and promotion site for this folder. But I won't be doing that as of now. I am removing this document. And if we need to add some more documents, like in this document agent, I want to include one more file. Then what I can do, I can simply click on this and go to the SP agent file. I can select anti-bribery file and select. So now what it will do, it will crawl through all the documents that are available into my document library and this specific file. So whatever question I'm asking to here, now it will start giving me the answer based on this file also. So I have done this. Now we have third option, like behavior. This is the thing. This welcome, enhance your productivity. We can add any messages. This is our welcome message to the SharePoint agent. So whatever we are adding over here, it will replace that here. And these are the three default prompts that we have. But what we can do is like we can customize this prompt. Like give me primary policy. So you can see we have updated one prompt here. Give a primary policy. And instruction for agent. This is something like to engage. This is something different thing. So these are the three options available over here. And one more option, customize conversion workflow in Copilot Studio. Like we can add some more kind of customization to this SharePoint agent also, but that are coming soon. As of now, Microsoft haven't launched that feature. It is still in the preview version, preview feature. Once Microsoft is satisfied with their development testing, they will launch this functionality. Then we will be able to manage our SharePoint agent via Copilot Studio. So let me save this. So this Copilot agent, this SharePoint agent is now saved. So now you can see the name of the agent is automatically updated to STC. These are the what I can say prompts that we updated. If I click on that, gives me a primary policy. So now what it will do, It is looking for bribery policy. Let's see whether it can answer or not. Yes. Now you can see that it is giving me the answers. It is generating the content based on the bribery policy document, which is not available into this document library, but rather it is available over here. But as what we did, we created our own custom SharePoint agent. We pointed out that specific document. It is now has started giving answers on that question. And now, if you can recall the word I mentioned in the I think second or third slide, we have the .agent file. So whenever we are creating any agent in a document library, it will create this file, stc agent, name and .agent file. This is something which is the chatbot. This is the file. So if we don't want to interact with this over in the side pane, we can simply click on here. It will open that into our navigation, and then we can simply start writing it and start like exploring the content from this SharePoint agent. And then if I click over here, SharePoint agent, and now you can see that we have multiple options like approved for the site, Surat Tech community. This agent is something that is created by default. So if I need to switch between my custom agent and pre-built agent, I can simply do it by just switching the agent name. I can simply do that, and it will start updating the content. It will start answering our content based on these things over here. And if we need to add this agent to our teams, like if we are using Microsoft Teams, then we can simply copy link and we can simply add that link to the Microsoft Teams. I'll also try that also, but let me finish further. And set as approved. Like if it is approved, if it is not approved, the thing like there are two concepts over here, approved and not approved. That Surat Tech community, it is approved. So it has an approved for this site. This agent will now be available for each and every user of my site who has a Copilot license. But STC agent, this is specifically private to or personal to me only. But if I click over here and set as approved agent, if I am doing this now this agent will be accessible to all the users who has the Copilot license. So now they can start using this agent also. This is an approved thing, and this is the chat history. Whatever we are doing, whatever we are interacting with the SharePoint agent, it will maintain all the chat history over here. And if you want to clear this, you can simply click on delete all Copilot history. Then it will open some my account thing, and from there you can clear your data. Like here we have Microsoft search history, contact search history, Copilot activity history. I can delete those things from here. Delete. Let me refresh this. I'm not sure, but like it might take few minutes to implement that. Okay, yeah. So now you can see that chat history is deleted. We don't have any kind of chat histories. So in this way, like we can create our agent. And if we can go to the any document library, and for example, if we need to create a specific document-based chat SharePoint agent, like if you have an HR policy, you can simply click on that document, click on three dots, and click on create an agent. Exit interview agent, same interface, simply open it, and now you can start asking the question about exit interview. How exit interview will work. Let's wait whether it is giving us answer instantly or not. And you can see that meanwhile it is generating the content. You can see that as soon as I have created the SharePoint agent for exit interview, we have that agent file. We have that agent file. We can share this agent file with other people also. It means what it means by sharing. Like if I'm sharing this file with other user, they can also edit the agent, and they can also add some more document to the agent. They can do some modification to the agents if I'm sharing the agent with them. So now you can see that how exit interview is done, we got the information over here. So this is how, like, this is the basic demo for SharePoint agents, because this is all about SharePoint agent until now. But Microsoft is working aggressively on this thing, because this is like playing an important role in a larger organization where they have n number of documents, a lot of documents to review. So they can easily use the SharePoint agents, and they can start interacting with the document as a in a generative way in their own languages. Okay, so I'm moving back to slides just for to see some more things over there. Okay, then like some FAQs. Like there, you might have some questions regarding this SharePoint agent. So I have tried to include as much as FAQ into this session. But still, if you have any question, then we can have an Q&A session at the end of this our session. From where we can use the SharePoint agent, we already know that we can use it from the document library, from site pages. Even we can access the SharePoint agent from the site pages also. In SharePoint, we create a site and we create a site pages also. In the pages, we can add document library, all this information. So it will work for that also. From Teams, if added, like I copied the link, I can simply go to the Teams and I can add that link into the Teams, and I can access the agent from there also. Let's try first of all that Teams thing. So if I go to my Teams and Teams over here, business development, click on plus, and I think website. I'm not sure that this will directly work, but let me start URL STC agent and click on save. So if I click on STC agent, okay, it is opening that into the browser. But we can interact with this. Okay. From Teams, document library, SharePoint site pages from Teams. And SharePoint agents are available for classic SharePoint. Like if you're not aware about SharePoint, there are two versions of SharePoint, SharePoint Classic and SharePoint Modern. SharePoint Classic was used before 2013. After 2013, Microsoft launched the modern version of SharePoint Online, but still bigger organizations are using SharePoint Classic also. So the big answer is like, can this SharePoint agent created on classic sites? The answer is no. As of now, the SharePoint agents are only available for the modern SharePoint Online sites. Another question is like, what's the limit of number of sources I can include for the knowledge source of an SharePoint agent? This is a very important question. Like how many documents I can point out to the SharePoint agent. And this is the biggest limitation. If I read only one line, currently you can include up to 20 source items as a knowledge source of an agent. This is mentioned on the Microsoft default their documentation site also. But there is a catch. It is not like you can include only 20 documents or something. It is like these source items can be sites, document libraries, folders, and files. It means like if I have 20 sites, I can point all those 20 sites to my SharePoint agent. If in one site I have 100 documents, then it will crawl through all the documents. Like it will crawl through all the documents of the 20 sites. So if you can read the sentence, we can include 20 source items. Like we can provide the source. Like if you remember the screen where I was adding the content, like if I go to this SharePoint agent and exit interview, click over here and edit agent sources here. So this is the source. Up to 20 sources. Like I can choose up to 20 sources. It is not like 20 documents. Like most of the people have like misconception, like we can add only 20 documents, but it is not. We can add 20 sources. Like we can add 20 SharePoint site. We can add five SharePoint site, 5 document library, 10 different documents. But altogether, we can add only 20 sources. to the SharePoint agent. Like if you need more than 20 sources, you can do a nesting, like 20 files or 20 sites or 20 folders, or 10 files plus 10 sites, or 4 folders or 16 sites. Ultimately, you will be having total 20 source you can provide to the SharePoint agent. What are the file types supported by the SharePoint agents? This is another a big question, and which is also a very important question. Like, what are the file types that supports? It supports all the Office documents like Doc, DocX, PP, PPT, XLS, everything. It supports some universal formats like we have PDF, TXT file, or that WordPad file, RTF file, and it can support the ASPX, HTML, HTM, all those files. Open document also, like we have open document format. So it can crawl through all the documents and support for the following. Now, the another question that we might have: can SharePoint agent crawl through images? If I am having some kind of data in images, can it do an OCR for me? No. As of now, it won't be doing. If we have any videos into the folder, then it won't be giving an answer based on the video transcript, video content. It won't be able to give us the answer. If we have any OneNote notebook into the document library, then also it won't be giving the data from that document, this kind of file types. These file formats are coming soon, like it is still in the pre-development phase. In future, we might be able to see, we might be able to gather data from these sources also. What can each user role do with the SharePoint agent? I initially mentioned like we have 3 roles: owner, members, and visitors. So what they can do, this is the big picture. If you are a site visitor, you can interact with the agent and you can share that link to the another member also. If you are a site member with edit permission, then what you can do is like you can interact, create, share, or edit. But you cannot approve the agent, and you cannot set an agent as a default. Like if I'm setting an agent as a default, so whenever whenever I'm clicking on the Copilot icon, by default it will display that agent. Let's see that in action first. Like as of now, if I do a refresh on the site, and let's close this. If I click on the Copilot icon here, by default it is loading up this Surat Tech Community SharePoint agent. If I want like STC should be the default thing, then I have to click on this set as a site default. I am clicking as set as site default. So I am closing this. I am doing a hard refresh on the site. And now if I click on the Copilot icon or SharePoint agent icon, you can see that SharePoint agent is now default agent for the site. So this thing cannot be done by the members, or members cannot delete an agent. But site owners or the site administrator can perform each and everything. They can approve the agent, they can edit, they can delete, or they can do a default. They can set the site agent as a default. Now, what are the difference between an agent in SharePoint and agent made with the Copilot Studio? Like we have a Copilot Studio also, like where we are creating our own custom agents, not actually our own agent with the full flexibility, with the like we have a full control over there. So agent inside SharePoint allows site editors to quickly define an agent tailored to the specific team or specifically within that SharePoint sources. In comparison, if we are creating an agent in Copilot Studio, what we can do, we can give the sources apart from SharePoint. Like if we have OneDrive, if we have any public website, we can add that also as a source. If we are creating an agent into the Copilot Studio, we will be having our next session most probably by Copilot Studio, like creating a custom AI bot, creating a custom SharePoint, custom chat bot that will interact with public, OneDrive, SharePoint, Power Automate, all SQL or many the data sources. We will be having that workshop also maybe next month or by end of this month. Now, Microsoft is working on integration with Microsoft Copilot Studio to customize your agent with data sources beyond SharePoint. This is an important line. Like if you recall, if you go to the SharePoint agent and if we do edit, we have an option and an advanced customization option over here. But if we click on that, it is still in preview. Like it is still coming soon. So the point that I have added into the slide is it mentioning that like soon we will be having our SharePoint agent communicating with the SharePoint data source as well as some other data sources also. And the next and very important question, who can see my chat history with agent? For example, you are having an HR policy agent, you are asking some question to the HR policy, like how I can utilize the SharePoint leave policies in best way. Or another thing, that question is like specific to you. So you always have a question in mind, like who can access my chat history with agent? So the easiest answer is only you. Microsoft respects our privacy. At least they mention into their documentation. We know that they don't, but at least they mention into the documentation like they respect our privacy. The chat, whatever chatting you are doing with the SharePoint agents, will be visible only to you. And the biggest proof for that, the proof is this. If I click over here, this is a chat history. Now, if I click on delete all Copilot history, if I click on that, you can see the URL. What it is doing? myaccount.microsoft.com. It is opening an page that is specific to you only. It is not opening any organization-wise page. It is opening a page that is specific to you only. So all the chat histories that are you interacting with the Copilot or Copilot, SharePoint agent, it will be stored with respect to your account only, and no one else can see that chat history. So that's another point that we have over here. Only you. Now let's go with basic case studies. These are like very simple point-to-point proposal writing. Like if you are having a lot of proposal document that you have already submitted for your proposal, you have written so many approaches. Now you come to that you got a new requirement. You have to prepare an approach for that. What you can do, create an agent for that whole document library, write a prompt, like write a proposal for this requirement, and then you can paste your requirement into the chat, and then you can ask to refer all the documents. So what SharePoint agent will do, it will crawl through all the proposals that you have already submitted, and it will capture the information that is relevant to your new approach or your new requirement, and it will give you the whole proposal for that or approach document for that. Past performances, it is similar to like proposals for whatever task we have done. We always maintain a Word document for that past performances. And if we need to know, like, do we have integrated Azure with SharePoint in Copilot Studio? You might not have that answer in the top of your head. You can simply ask that question to the SharePoint agent, and it will crawl through your document and it will give you the answer. Yes, you have done that integration in the past, in this project, during this period. All this information it will give you. Task estimation, I won't recommend, like I don't think, but like Microsoft says we can use it, but like I'm not pretty satisfied with this because no one can estimate your task apart from yourself. No AI can estimate your task. If you're asking an estimation to AI, it will always give you 48 to 50 hours or 54 hours for the task that you can do it into the 8 or 10 hours. So I don't believe it, but like it was there. And processing project requirement document. This is just a basic question, basic case studies. Like we have 400 plus case studies available. Like if you have any project requirement document, you can simply ask to the SharePoint agent like, what are the non-functional requirements for this project? You don't have to open the document all the time. You can simply query it. And you can simply query, ask the question, it will give you the answers based on your questions. So now, so if like this was all about the basics of SharePoint agent, because we don't have any more to add in SharePoint agent until now, but they are improving, like not improving, but they are adding some more features day by day. So as soon as they are adding the features, we will be conducting this workshop again in the future. So now, if you have any question, then we can interact and then we can discuss. And if not, then again, like this is the contact detail to get connected with us. surattechcommunity@gmail.com. You can use this email address. This is my LinkedIn, and this is my Gmail address. You can reach us with any of your question regarding if you are working on a SharePoint, you are working on a Copilot, on M365 product, Azure, or anything. I will be responding to that question and we will be solving that together. It is not anything about like I won't be charging any single penny with anyone. This is whole a community work. It is each and everything, whatever we are doing in the Surat Tech community, it is a community work. It is free of cost for everyone. I am not getting paid for this work, and neither I will be asking money from you to give you a solution or to help you with your projects or with your queries. Again, if you have any question, you can reach out to us. If you have like some topics in your mind that you want us to cover, then also you can reach out to us. You can send that topic. If I am not capable of that, we have a lineup. Like we have a lineup for the speakers. I can call any speaker from any city, like any state also. They will be coming online and they will be delivering that session on that specific topic. It is just a community, so let's help us and let's help yourself to start learning, to start investing time on these topics, and we are open for each any suggestion. If you have any feedback on the event, you can go to the meetup and you can rate this event, rate this session, provide your feedback. So I am all done from my side. I would like to clap for you guys, like you joined early in the morning, in the vacation, in your weekend. You invested your time. I hope, like you are going or you are exiting this session with some informational knowledge. Like you now, at least you can do some kind of work on SharePoint agent. Even you can go to the YouTube. Now you can watch some more videos on SharePoint agent and you can start exploring this also, because we all know that AI is the future. Not in the near, but like we know that AI is the future. Having a knowledge of AI is must. If you are working as a full stack, if you are working as a SharePoint, if you are working as a consultant, or even you are working as a cloud database developer, data analyst, whatever you are working, AI is the future. You should be aware about the AI things. So with that note, with that closing note, I would like to conclude the session. I'm happy that we have allocated time was 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. and we did that. We completed that event in our timely manner. So it's a good thing for us. So I'm done, all done. If you have any question, then please ask, or we will be signing off from this event now. And videos and this recording session will be mostly live on the YouTube mostly by this weekend. We will do the necessary editing that we might need to do. We might need to remove some kind of extra noise or some beginning of the video that we were just interacting. We might need to remove that. So we will process the video and then we will upload it to the YouTube. And then I will add the comment of that video link into the meetup event thing. Okay, so I am signing off now. Thank you everyone for joining, for giving your time. Okay,
Yes.
so let's conclude.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you for
Thank
the
you.
great session.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks for your
Bye.
time. Thank you. Bye. Have a nice day.
Bye. Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you. Bye.